because of this meme right here. Right here. That's why I travel alone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, can you please make sure you hit that subscribe button? And don't mind me, I'm in cosplay. I was over there on the TikTok doing a TikTok video. It's a vibe, little dance challenge or whatever. But I decided to keep my little, rating realness get up on today because I want to come to you guys to share a video I've been wanting to share with you for a long time, and that is, why do you travel by yourself? If you don't know, I am a solo world traveler. I gave myself that title when I started traveling the world all by myself. So far, I've been to 4 continents. I got 3 more to go before I can say I am a certified 7-continent girl. But the reason why I travel alone, well, simply like the meme I just showed you, that's one reason why I travel alone. And I accidentally became a solo traveler. Yes, I did. The very, very first time I went to Canada, someone was supposed to go with me, but they didn't even have one of these. What are these? Which is a passport. Like, how you get to Canada and you don't have a passport and we live here in the United States. And I invested too much money into that trip. A lot of money was non-refundable, so I was like, hey, you know what, I'm still going. Now, I went to Canada for my very first fitness competition, because your girl is a bodybuilder. Yes, I am. So he was supposed to go with me. He was procrastinating about getting his passport, and these can take up to 6 to 8 weeks to come back once you apply for one. And it was getting closer and closer to that date, and I kept on asking, like, hey, you go get your passport? You go get your passport? You go get your passport? It was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. And like 2 weeks out from the show, I said, you know what? He ain't going. And I was like, this is my very, very first competition. I'm not about to back out. I had plans on going to Canada 2 years prior to this, back in 2013. So I was like, you know what? I'm going. I'm gonna get on that stage. I don't care what the outcome, if I win or not. I want the experience. And I got there, and once I got to the expo, the Toronto Pro Super Show, I was like, you know what? I don't need nobody to travel with, because I was having so much fun over there all by myself, just meet new people, like-minded people, I should say, too. And I was a beginner at this, so I had a lot of support there from people I didn't even know. It's weird because strangers will support you the most, and I had an amazing time. I met so many people, so many celebrity bodybuilders and fitness gurus. So that's how I ended up becoming a solo traveler. So after Canada, I was like, you know what, I'm game. I can go anywhere in the world by myself. But I was like, it's certain places I want company, but I was like, you know what, if no one would go with me, I got to build up enough strength to go on my own. And one thing, I'm very adventurous too. I like to do stuff out the norm. Like, I love zip lining. I don't really like doing too much stuff in the water, but like I did go whale watching once before when I was in Vancouver, British Columbia. Like, I told myself I always wanted to see a whale, and I got to see a whale while I was over there, because I went whale watching, and we was out there for 5 hours, and that was the highlight and the main purpose of me going to Vancouver. And I can finally say I seen a killer whale in real life. Not in captivity, it just in their natural habitat, and it was amazing. And I do plan on going whale watching again. And another reason why I like to travel alone, like I said, I'm adventurous, and I'm that person who like to get out and walk the streets and goes to different restaurants. I love museums. I'm the girl in the museum reading every single article, every writing on the wall. I'm that girl. I'm reading and I'm taking it all in. I love to do the history tours, and I don't know people like that. Like, most people want to go to places and just snap photos. For me, it's a learning experience. It's a really learning experience, because when I was in high school, I went to an international high school, and I met all these people. I went to 2 high schools, but the one I graduated from, I came there late. The last half of my junior year, up until I graduated with honors. Yes, I did. And being around coming from an all black high school to this multicultural high school, it really inspired me to just want to see the world after, my classmates shared their stories with me and tell me where they're from. We had a lot of people from different parts of Africa, West Africa, East Africa, and it was just so amazing to just know that you just hearing the stories just make you want to go out there and see um their culture for yourself. And I did go to Africa. I did go to Egypt back in 2018 for my birthday. And I was like, oh my God, this is so refreshing. And I made the mistake of allowing someone to travel with me when I went to Europe. I went to Paris, London, and Rome. Overall, I had an amazing experience, but there were some things that I wish did not happen. But, this was the first time I allowed someone to travel with me, because this person, actually met him at a fitness expo because he's a bodybuilder. Also, he's very well traveled. So I'm like, okay, he's like me. First of all, we are both bodybuilders. We both love to travel the world. Let's give it a shot. So we always go to the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio as well, which is similar to the Olympia in Vegas. And once we got to the Columbus, Ohio event, which is the Arnold Classic, I was telling him, I was like, I'm about to go to Paris in May. Oh, you should check. I showed him my itinerary. I showed him my room and tell him where I was going to stay. He was like, oh my God, you're making me want to go now. I was like, well, if you're going to go, meet me over there. Like, we don't have to fly together. You just meet me over there, because we live in 2 different states. So he did. He tricked me first. He was like, oh, I'm not going. I missed my flight. I'm like, well, tell them put you on another one. That's what they do when you miss your flight, regardless if it was your fault or not. He was like, oh, they can't find me a flight. So I'm not going. I'm like, okay, whatever. But anyway, I get to Paris. He calls. He was like, are you in Paris? I'm like, yeah, why? He's like, what's your gate number? I mean, your baggage claim gate, carousel, whatever. I'm like, I don't know. Let me find out. So I found it. And guess who was standing right there in the middle of baggage claim? Like, what's up? I'm like, we're about to have a good time. And overall, we did. But it was some things that, I wish did not happen. So I was like, okay, he can't go anywhere else with me. So he did not come to Egypt with me, because Egypt, oh my God, that was a trip of a lifetime. I took the Nile River cruise, and which was amazing. I strongly recommend you guys do that. If you go, whether you're traveling alone or with people, do that. And of course, when I ended my trip in Cairo and went to Giza to see the famous pyramids, then I also went to the city called Memphis, which are where the original pyramids are. And they're a lot smaller than the pyramids you guys are used to seeing in all the photos and stuff like that. But overall, Egypt was an amazing experience. I was like, okay, I got to see more. So I ended up going to Asia. I went to Southeast Asia. I went to 4 different countries there: Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, and Bali, Indonesia. And it was amazing, guys. And the things that I've learned and seen and just experienced, other people's religions and stuff like that, it was amazing. And I feel like the people that I associate with, they probably wouldn't be that, it wouldn't be as rewarding to them as it is to me. I find so I found so much passion in just learning about other people's cultures. And and sometimes, not all the time, I do have a set schedule for myself, especially when I have a long day plan. I am, every now and then, I am that girl who has a strict schedule of this place, but sometimes when you have tour guides, that's why I love tour guides, because they take care of all that for you. They have the day planned out for you, and also they put you in groups with other people, so it's like we get to bond with other people. I think when I was in Asia, I was with some Germans. This young lady, she was German. I didn't know that, because she had a very strong American accent, and I was like, oh, you're not American? She's like, no, she lived in Thailand, but she was over there working. And I was like, wow. So she was kind of helping me translate and converse with the other people who only spoke German, who was in our little group. But that was just some of the experience that I had. And of course, when it comes to planning trips, most people they get excited about the thought of planning a trip, but when it's time to put the money into the trip, because you do have to pay for trips, that's when the discouragement comes and people start to back out. And I get it, stuff happens and people just cannot afford to go. But there are websites and companies that can assist you with that if you don't have the money up front. And if you guys want me to explain that to you, I will. I'll probably do it in a whole nother video. But I do know there are legit companies that will allow you to make payments on your flight, whether it's a domestic flight or an international flight, if the finance or your financial situation is the issue and it's causing you not to travel. And see, when I was a little younger, I always thought that leaving the country was so expensive because I was just going by what other people said. And when I did my own research and all homework and started learning things throughout the way, I'm like, what are you guys talking about? This guy, he lived in Philly. I watched him on YouTube and he was saying how his ticket from Philly to London was like $2,500. So I was like, oh my God, I would never be able to afford to go to London. And my ticket was nowhere near that price. I'm like, see, and that's why you have to do your own research and find your own website, legitimate website to assist you with cheap pricing. And like I said, I can help you guys with that because I think my ticket to Europe, I think I only paid like $700 versus $2,500. Yes, I had economy seating, so what? That's what I do. That's how I travel. But yes, and that's another thing. Like, I don't have kids, and my job is very flexible. I don't have a husband, so it's just me. And like I say, by my job being so flexible, and I do get paid time off and vacation time. So if I want to go somewhere, I can just make the arrangement myself and tell them later because that's normally what I do. I pick a date and I'm like, okay, that's the date I'm going for. We're going to put this in place. And then I, let my job know, hey, for the next 3 weeks in December, I won't be here. So that gives them time to find someone to work in my place. And they prefer at least an 8-week notice because I do work. I am a pediatric nurse, so it's like they need to know that in advance and make sure someone can come in and train to take over my shifts when I'm not available. But pretty much those are the reasons why I travel alone. Like I say, I'm just so eager to see the world, and I just do not know. First of all, I don't know many people who even have a passport. Like, that's the first thing you need to do if you want to travel the world. Passports, I think they only cost like $110. I don't know because this is my second one. This is the one I got renewed back in 2017, and I think the renewal fee is pretty much the same as the original fee. I can't remember, guys, but $110. I mean, if you want to see the world and you like me, just want to go out there and learn everything. And y'all, guess where I am going for my 40th birthday, and I cannot wait. I'm going to Antarctica. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And going to Antarctica will knock out 2 continents because I had to come in either through Australia or South America. So either way, I'll be knocking out 2 more continents, and I have 1 more to go. And I cannot wait to share that with you guys and vlog it all the way. And I just keep looking at myself with these, giving you rate and realness over here. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the reason why I like to travel. I'm too adventurous for most people. Like I say, I like to go whale watching and zip lining and just sitting. Like when I was at the Eiffel Tower, I just sat there and laid on the ground and just laid there like, oh my God, I'm in Paris, guys. I'm in Paris. And London was the same way. It's like, oh my God, the Buckingham Palace. Like, I was like, wow, can you believe I'm standing outside the Buckingham Palace gate? And then, we got to see Big Ben and the London Eye and the double-decker. That's my first time ever seeing one of the London double-decker buses. I was like, this is amazing. First time I ever rode a subway was when I was in Toronto. I was like, oh my God, it's first time ever on the subway. So I just like to experience those moments. Yes, I could probably experience those moments here in the U.S. because there's a lot of places here I haven't been yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that, especially in the midst of this pandemic. I don't feel comfortable leaving the country unless I go to Canada. I do feel comfortable in Canada because, first of all, I can drive there and it reminds me of home, so I feel comfortable there. So I'm going to end this video because I don't want it to be getting too long. But yes, that is pretty much the reason why I like to travel alone, because most people are not readily available to just get up and go like I do, or have the funds to do, or they need babysitters, and when it's just me, it's just like, girl, get out here and see the world before I get married and start my family and all that good stuff. But thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on all social medias. Make sure you go check out my TikTok, y'all. I had a little fun doing a little cosplay over there. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that like button, share this video. Make sure you leave a comment down below, especially if you want me to give you some travel tips. Okay, guys? Thank you.
Fight!